family trips, that awkward moment when you got to share a bed with people that you really don't want to get that close to. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Netflix Entertainment. I'm your host, Metatron Urel, and you're watching my coverage of Young Sheldon. And this is episode 8, Cape Canaveral, Schrodinger's cat, and Cyndi Lauper's hair. So, first thing in the episode is we get into the pillow talk of George and Mary after they have gotten busy. Yeah, and it's even more awkward to see the class. It's just ew. Ew. Yeah, I mean, we don't exactly want to see that, guys, but hey, at least now we can see, oh, they're a married couple. They actually like being close. Isn't that nice and magical and special? So, their pillow talk, of course, is talking about the kids, of all things. And George apparently busts on Mary, surprise of, hey, I want to take Georgie and go fishing. Okay. How long have you been wanting to spring that on me? Probably since it was time for that moment. So, yeah. But Mary's all fine with it. But she brings up one little detail that George possibly didn't think of. What about Sheldon? Right? Yeah, what about Sheldon? Your other son. Your not so outdoorsy son. And when I say not so outdoorsy, we get a glimpse of what it was like when he took Sheldon fishing and camping. Look, I used to think when I watched Big Bang Theory that all of Sheldon Cooper's little paranoias were just wild and outlandish and made for TV comedy. But after watching some of the clips and the flashbacks, it gives the notion that some of his paranoia might be feasible. I'm just saying, I mean, he catches a fish, which, bravo, hey, you caught a fish, but he freaks out. It's a little thing, so am I! Yeah, and then apparently he's not good with moss. Sheldon, it's a butterfly, like that makes any much of a difference. Oh my god, butterfly! Yeah, so makes you kind of wonder, is his paranoia actually feasible? Is it there's something to it? So anyway, road trips, probably what George didn't have in mind, but hey, he wants to make his other son feel more welcomed into the family, I guess, even though he's been part of it for, 9 years now? So he tosses up ideas to Sheldon of, hey, let's do something together. Although I will say it's kind of funny how he was ready to snitch out George whenever the word fishing even came up. You little snitch, calm down. He's not going to take you fishing. Calm down. Quit being a rat. So I guess, making a sleeping with the fishes pun would be kind of cheesy right now. Anyway. So Sheldon brings up the notion of, hey, there's a lunch going to happen this weekend. That's in Cape Canaveral. You know what? Screw it. Road trip. Cooper Boy style. Woohoo! Sheldon Cooper on a field trip. This should be good. A lot of good can come from this kind of trip. So it's all set. They're going to go. Of course, Georgie is not too thrilled about it because he's going to be cooped up in a car on the weekend with his little brother and dad. Yippee. So, dinner time. And of course, our girl Meemaw's there. And Mary enlightens the family as the boys are out having their little trip. The girls are going to have them a little powwow of their own. And I'm going to see bringing out the notion of, hey, why don't we just go to the gun range? Oh, you're too young for the gun range, sweetie. Meemaw takes me. We pinky swore. Look, Missy and Meemaw are possibly two of my favorite characters in this entire show. They are hilarious. And seeing these two work together, for one, Meemaw's just feisty. She's a rocking grandma. And then you got Missy, the little slapstick comedy girl who always delivers an awesome punchline. I can see, though, where she gets her feistiness from her Meemaw. She gets honest, by the way. But yeah, my two favorite girls right there. Like, I would love to kick it with these girls. I mean, it's funny as hell. So, everything's all set. The girls are ready for their girl outing. The boys are getting ready for their outing. And I love it how George and Mary are going through the drills when it comes to Sheldon because he requires special needs and schedules. And holy crap, now see what Leonard Hofstadter has to deal with. And it's basically Sheldon Cooper is anal-retentive, which is great, apparently. Yeah, George remembers that he likes to have his food cooked a certain way. Mary reminded him about his bathroom schedules, and this is all pertinent to them taking Sheldon on a little trip down to Florida. Holy crap. Living with him must be so much fun. But George gets up in the morning. Of course, he's, rousing the kids, which, by the way, they're very, very responsive to George waking them up first thing in the morning. Yeah, I mean, it would take him to actually come in there, shake the bed, possibly knock me out, maybe throw a bucket of water on me before I'm actually responsive. Hey, and you better have a cup of coffee in your hand waiting. But the kids are getting ready. But where's Sheldon? George can't find Sheldon. Mary, I don't know where he's at. What do you mean you don't know where he's at? So, they're looking for Sheldon. He's out by the car. He's ready to go now. Our little boy's excited. He gets to go to the spaceship launch. So, with them all ready, Georgie calls shotgun, and I love the trick that that George pulls on little Georgie. He calls shotgun, and Mary insists on Sheldon set up run. So, hey, heads or tails? Georgie, call it. Oh, you called it, but you lose anyway. Why? Dang it. George, that is just so wrong on so many levels. Cheating your son like that. Wow. So, boys are all ready to go. Mary seems oh so confident about the whole experience. But, hey, now it's time for the girls to have their girl-only time. So what are they going to do? A nice little trip to the beauty parlor. Missy brings up the idea of having orange hair, like Cyndi Lauper. No. Mama said no. No. Oh, you're just no fun. Really? Thanks, Meemaw, for having my back on that when I'm trying to show my child some authority. Thanks. Yeah, that puts a little tension between our girls. Not good, especially when they're going to be spending the weekend together. Not good. But hey, it's all part of the lovely fact of having family. So while they're gone, Georgie and Sheldon, or George and Sheldon actually have a talk, awkward as it is. We find out some things. One, we find out that Sheldon possibly is going to be a scientist, which we know what happens to him as he gets older. But if that doesn't work out, he wants to be a cattle baron, right? What does that entail? Just hopefully it doesn't involve touching cows. Yeah, goes without saying, right? We find out that George, though, always wanted to play football, but he got injured and he didn't get a chance to do that, so he stuck with teaching football and coaching it. Was he good? Not really. He just used his big size to his advantage. Way to go. That sounds like an awesome way to teach. That's an awesome lesson to teach your kids. If things don't work out, just use your size. It'll work through anything. So, as their talk's going on, we have Mary and Meemaw are apparently butting heads because apparently Mary is not happy with Meemaw, making it seem like she's the bad guy, and it causes them to bring up the whole parenting fact that Meemaw was never around. Meanwhile, the boys are enjoying nice little driving games like Spot the Roadkill, and this causes Sheldon to, of course, teach them about Schrodinger's cat. And look, I love they take something as simple as Schrodinger's cat. Well, does it have a name? No, it's not important. Well, if we're going to put something on his tombstone, we need to have a name. How about Mittens? Has he got soft white paws? Sure. Even George is like, oh my god. You gotta love that. It's even better whenever they get to the hotel room and they're actually getting set up for bed. And I love that Georgie and Sheldon actually agree on one thing. George tells them, y'all gonna share a bed together. No. No. Nope, nope. You gotta love when the boys actually agree upon something. It's just the facial expressions on mouth will leave you hysterical. But the girls are all settled in for the night. Boys are all settled. Well, apparently during the night a storm comes. Yeah, maybe it'll pass. Maybe it'll pass. It doesn't pass. Yeah, and because of that, it's obvious that the launch is actually going to be canceled. But I applaud George for something because, in a way, the one thing that Sheldon loves to do is spout out facts and to show his intelligence. Well, George acting like he's stupid and doesn't know anything, and Sheldon even comments he realized this later on in life, was that his dad act dumb, so Sheldon would educate him, and that would cheer him up. And it worked. Of course, Georgie, of course, doesn't have to act unintelligent because, well, speaks for itself. But in the end, nice little bonding experience for George and Sheldon. I mean, I guess, learned to respect each other's differences, which is a good thing. Until it comes to the fact of them getting into the car during a rainstorm. Sheldon ain't gonna have no part of that whatsoever. He leaves Georgie and George standing beside the hotel door while they run out to the car, in which George actually had to come back, pick him up, and carry him to the car, screaming the entire way, which people were sticking their heads out going, the hell? Yeah, that's definitely definitely an attention getter. But something that was said at the end of the video was that Sheldon said it was the best trip he had ever had in his entire life. He just wished he would have told his father that while he was still alive. That sounds very ominous. Okay, up next for young Sheldon. Alright, so the episode 9 is entailing with the title of Spock, Kirk, and Testicular Hernia. Star Trek. I don't know if Georgie or Sheldon's actually going to be introduced to Star Trek. It's a strong possibility. Testicular hernia, well, it's going to obviously show a clip of Sheldon working out, and there's a possibility he might pull something. But the synopsis of the episode and the promo basically entails that Sheldon's going to actually have to tutor his brother Georgie. Oh boy, this is going to be very interesting. You got a rocket scientist versus Mr. I can turn my underwear inside out, wear it 2 days. Yeah. This is going to be interesting. I can see why probably Sheldon has a complex where he, teaching anybody, he talks to them like they're just completely remedial. But in any case, that's going to be a wrap for me. Question out of who's your favorite character right now? Let me know up here. But it's going to be a wrap for me. Make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below and post me a nice little friendly comment down there. Subscribe to my page for more content. Stay tuned to the end video for more content. But I'm Metatron URL, and you're watching Fun Entertainment. To all you daydreamers and critters out there, keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.